Okay, we are in Horizon Forbidden West. We're going to do a 4K focus test with the 5080. And as you can see here, the resolution is at 4K, but the settings are all the way bottomed out. We want to start and get our base frame rate here. So this is 4K and the very low preset. So as you can see, we're well over 100 FPS here. Not a surprise. We're just going to run around here. The textures look absolutely horrible, but I just like to start with the lowest settings just to see what we start off with and then how far we can push a card on a given title. So this is just more to get a base frame rate, base FPS here, and take a look at our VRAM allocation. It is 8.5 gigabytes. We've got 16 on this card. I think we'll be fine though. I just wanted to call that out. That's the thing I like to focus on a lot in my videos, is that VRAM. All right, so we're 120, well over 100 FPS. All right, so let's just go in here into graphics settings and go to the low preset and see what that does. We're at 115, 109, 108. So we can absolutely demand more of this game and this card. So nice pairing, runs great. We're just going to keep going here. I've picked this area because we've got a lot of water for some reflections. Time of day is really pretty to me. And it just kind of shows off like the best parts of this game. All right, so let's jump into it. And let's go to the next preset, which is medium. All right, so we are at 96 FPS. Still a fantastic experience. Again, this is native. We're not upscaling and we're not utilizing any frame generation at all. So the game is running excellent. It is a port from a PS5, so that's not to be expected. The 5080 is quite a bit more powerful than a PlayStation 5, but just worth calling that out, that you're going to get a high refresh experience no matter what you do. Once you use that DLSS, it'll definitely come to life for you. So just let's double check everything down here. Go to display, just to make sure we're okay. Yeah, we're definitely not doing any kind of upscaling. I'd like to double check because sometimes these presets kind of have a mind of their own, but it doesn't look like that's the case in this particular title. So we're going to go over to high, and that bumped us up a good bit. The textures look way better than low, obviously. And we're still at 87, almost 90 FPS in this particular area. And I mean, it is super snappy, very responsive. I don't want to get attacked. I'm just going to go this way. Let's just go down here, get away from that guy. All right, I'm just trying to get through the test, not die a bunch. All right, so here we go with some of this water. I mean, this water looks remarkably good, even at high. Noticeable improvement from that low setting for sure. Just going to get away from this and come over here. All right, so let's just go up to that last setting, which is very high. I don't believe this game has an ultra. No, it does not. Okay, so this is very high, 4K native. So you're 81 FPS, looking really good. Absolutely beautiful game, very fun game too. I'm so happy that Sony decided to start putting their games on PC because I feel like they're just, they run better and look better over here. So anyway, let's just come up here and I'm going to tinker with some of the other settings for those folks who want to see those. This is still not maxing out the panel by any means. I have 144 hertz refresh, so let's just see what that does. Let's see if we can get it up to that refresh rate saturation. So the best thing to do would be to leave the settings alone that we've got now, and then let's come over here and let's just kick on a little bit of quality DLSS. No frame generation yet. Let's just see what that does, because quality DLSS looks almost identical, basically identical to native. The upscaling technology on the 50 series with DLSS 4 is just amazing. I mean, even performance DLSS looks better than DLSS 3 quality did, in my opinion. So we could even drop this down to a couple more DLSS settings and probably still look almost as good. So we can keep that in mind. So at 115 FPS, I think it's safe to say that we can come in here and do some frame generation and just really top this thing off. I keep going over to graphics because that's where it was in the other game that I tested. So many settings. All right, so we're just going to use DLSS frame generation here. Now, it's not telling me 2x, 3x, 4x. I'm assuming it's just 2x, though, because this is a slightly older title before that came out, and I don't believe they've updated it. But as you can see here, I'm maxing out my panel. I'm at 144 hertz, and I'm at 153. So I could come into something like Riva Tuner Statistics, so hard for me to say that, and actually just cap this at my refresh rate or at a percentage thereof and get a super nice tear-free experience that would run really, really great. I mean, as you can see, there's nothing to sneeze at here at all. I do want to see what it looks like on some other some of the other DLSS settings. So I want to come down here and check it out. If we go down to balanced and then turn that frame gen off, I just want to see what I can do without frame gen. Okay, so we're at balanced DLSS and we're at 125 FPS. Again, this is no frame generation at the highest possible presets. So extremely good. I mean, the textures look great. The sand looks wonderful. The water has nice reflections in it. And, you know, if this game has any sort of ray tracing, I'd be surprised. But even without it, it looks really good. If it is doing it, it's just built in with some kind of preset. I don't believe it is, though. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I don't believe there's any kind of ray tracing being implemented in this title. Right, so let's just keep going with that DLSS setting and drop it down one more just to see what performance looks like. And now this is going to upscale it from 1080p. And 1080p to 4K still looks really good. You know, anything that is, say you're on a 1440p panel and you want to use performance, it does start to degrade a little bit, but 4K, you can go down to performance because it's upscaling from a nice resolution already of 1080p. So again, looks really good. Essentially, performance DLSS with no frame gen is about the same as quality DLSS with frame gen, if that makes sense. So it's kind of just a preference. I say that all the time. These games have all these settings so that you can determine how you want to run them. And that's what I love about gaming this way. So if you've made it to the end, thank you so much for the watch time. I'm going to stop it here. If you would really like to help me out, you could subscribe and then go back to all of my other videos, check those out. The watch time really helps me out a ton and just kind of gives me that little algorithm boost. We're close to 100 subscribers, so thank you for all the folks that have already subscribed. It's awesome, and once I get that 100 subscribers, I get a tiny algorithm boost, so it's gonna help me out a little bit. So if we're close to 100 when you see this, just give me that little sub, and I will be eternally grateful as I continue to make these videos with different 50 series cards and different games. If you want to see a card with a certain game, just comment down there below, and I'll do my best to make that happen. So thank you, and I will see you guys in the very next video. Thank you.